Before you gain access into user testing and begin to complete tasks on user testing, you must complete this practice test. In my previous video, which is the part 1 on how to get an account on user testing, I showed you how to complete your profile and also how to link your PayPal account. Now, this is one of the most important tasks that you complete, all right? You need to complete this practice test so that they can grant you access into user testing. And please make sure you watch this video carefully, because some of the things I'm going to explain here will help you to pass the test in your first try. I think you have 2 trials to complete the test. If you fail the first one, depending on what you failed, they might ask you to complete the test again. But if you do not pass the test, then they will automatically block you and you will not have access to user testing. So please make sure you watch this video carefully so that you understand everything you need to do so that you can get an account and start making money on user testing. So before we begin, guys, please make sure you like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit that bell icon so that you always get notified whenever I make new videos. Now, in order for you to get started, of course, the first thing you need to do is to set up your proxy, right? I've told you that you need to set up a proxy that you can use to complete all surveys. Now, before you run this test, please pay attention to what I'm going to tell you right now. Open your browser and just the place that you have set up your proxy, right? Search for coffee shop near me. Once it opens up, I want you to pay attention to the location of the coffee shops that comes up, okay? Once you see that location and it is not the country you are supposed to be in, for example, if your proxy is UK, then the coffee shops near you should be coffee shops in UK. If it comes up and it is showing you coffee shops in Nigeria, then that means something is wrong. You cannot use your proxy to run the test on user testing. This doesn't mean that your proxy is bad, all right? It doesn't mean that your proxy is bad. It just means that you need to use VPN to complete this particular task. Now, what you need to do is that you see this place, you see this icon here, this proxy icon. Click on this extension icon here. Click on this extension icon, go to manage extensions. All right, when you go to manage extensions, switch off this Proxy Sw Omega. This is the one you are using for your proxy, right? So when you switch it off, your IP will return back to Nigeria. It means that you do not have proxy that is available. All right, you don't have any proxy available. Then go to Chrome Web Store. This place you see Chrome Web Store here. Click on it and go to Chrome Web Store. Once that loads up, use the search icon to search for Windscribe VPN. When you search for Windscribe VPN, add it to your extension, okay? Once you add it to your extension, create an account. If you do not have an account, create an account and add it to your extension. Then once you are done with that, once you have added Windscribe to your extension, come to the extension icon here and then open your Windscribe. Once you open your Windscribe, look for location and put it on UK, London, any country in any part of the UK, all right? It is a free VPN. You don't need to pay for this. We are just using this to pass the test on user testing. You can use it to pass the test on user testing. But if your proxy is showing you UK, when you search for coffee shop near me, if it's showing you UK, then you are good to go. Then once you add your extension, make sure that your Windscribe is on London, right? Once your Windscribe is on London, then you can come back to the coffee shops near me and search for it again. Once you search for it the second time, you will see that it will give you locations based in the UK. So once you've confirmed that your location is showing UK, please, another thing is do not click this use precise location. If you click this use precise location, it will automatically use your laptop's IP, the original IP, and it will bypass the VPN. So once you click on this, it will bypass the VPN and it will start showing you Nigeria. So once your VPN is connected, do not click on this use precise location. All right, avoid that. Now that is done. The next thing now, we will return to user testing so that we can run the practice test. Okay, so on user testing, I have already done a particular practice test and I recorded everything while I was doing it. So as we go ahead, I'll be playing the recording of the tasks that I completed, and I'll be walking you through on how you are supposed to do it. So once you come to the user testing page, you need to click on the start recording on the home page. then it will take you to request for your microphone. Make sure that your laptop has a good microphone, because you need to be very loud when you are speaking, very loud and audible. Then another thing is that, if possible, record this at night when everywhere is quiet. Background noise will make them reject you. So if you are in a busy place, do not take this test in any place where there's going to be noise at your background. I always like to do some of these things at night, because then everywhere will be very quiet, my microphone will be very loud and very clear. First of all, you are supposed to imagine a scenario, okay? They are going to give you a scenario or a website that you are going to be testing. They are going to be asking you to perform specific tasks on a website. So whatever task they ask you to perform on that website, you are to perform the task, and as you are performing the task, you are going to be explaining what you are doing. For example, they tell you that go and look for settings. You are supposed to speak out loud what you are supposed to do when you want to look for settings. Talk about the icon that you are going to click. Talk about what you expect when you want to perform a specific task. So everything you are doing, always say it out. Explain why you are doing whatever you are doing, and also say whatever you expect when you click a button. For example, if you click this button that says open test, you are supposed to expect what will happen when you click on it, okay? So, but let's continue now. Scenario: for this practice test, you will search for articles on the Usertesting Contributor Support Center website. So they are giving you a practice test, and they are going to be using their own website for the practice. So when you click on open test, this is the contributors panel that you are supposed to see. So for the task 1 here, you are supposed to read the contributors code of conduct, and then it's just information about how you're supposed to conduct yourself on the page. All you have to do is to read it out, read everything on the article, and explain what you understand by them. For example, your account information, it tells you everything about how you are supposed to manage your account. You are supposed to only have one account. You are not supposed to share it with your friends. You are not supposed to log in your account when you travel out of your country. You know, all those kind of things about how you're supposed to manage your account. Use only one PayPal account that belongs to you and not someone else. This also means that the one way to confirm this, use only one PayPal account that belongs to you and not someone else, is that your PayPal account and your PayPal email and your Usertesting email should be the same. Once they are the same, it also gives your account some kind of credibility. So just read everything you see here and explain what you understand by them. By doing that, it shows that you understand everything. Then that is for task 1. Then you can go ahead now, and also when you are done with all of this, explaining everything you understand here, pick out one of the points that stands out for you. Any particular point that you know that you understand very well, you pick it out and explain more about it, because that is the question for task. That is the question for task 2. For task 1 here, name one important point that you remember from the article. So once it is time for you to name this one point that you remember from the article, return back here, leave the code of conduct page and come back here, and then based on this, while you are on this page, you explain one point that you pick out. Any particular point that you pick out, if it is about how you are supposed to manage your account, talk about it for like 1 or 2 minutes. Then once you are done talking about it, you click on next to proceed to task 2. Now when you click on next, you come to task 2. For task 2, you need to go to the protecting your privacy while testing page and read out loud this section about what information you should never share. So from the code of conduct, from their support page, there's an article about protecting your privacy while testing. On this page here, you're supposed to read it out, understand it. All right, read everything you see here, and then from there you can see some examples of sensitive personal information that you should never share. All you have to do, by the time you are done reading everything, by the time you are done reading every article on the page, you will definitely see what you are looking for. Okay, and once you see what you are looking for, you can talk more about it and know what to share and what not to share. And then you need to scroll down to this part that says prohibited personal information. These are the information that you should never share, and this is the answer to the question they asked you in task 2. You can read them out here: credit card number, you should never share your ATM card number when you are carrying out tasks on user testing. Never share device license number, car loan number, personal financial account number. You can see, just read everything out here. So do you understand what you read here? Yes or no? If you understood what you read, then you return back to the previous page and explain why you understand or why you did not understand. It's as simple as that. You're just trying to see how well you can browse through a website, and then how well you understand things that you read, because there's some person that can read things 2 times, 3 times, and they still won't understand. But if you are somebody that can read a page or an article once and you can explain what you have read, you are good to go. All right, so once you are done with explaining everything, you can click on next to proceed to task number 3. So when you come to task number 3, they are going to ask you a simple question. According to the article you just found, which of the following information is never to share? It's never safe to share. It's a simple question here, but it's going to be very tricky for those that might not understand. So email address, you can share your email address when taking tasks on user testing. You can share your email address. Even phone number. There are some tasks that you complete and they will ask you to fill in your phone number. It is safe for you to fill in your phone number. And your home address, you are also safe to share your home address if it is required. But the platform must first tell you that you are required to share your home address before you start the test. But financial account number is one thing that you must never share. So the answer to this question is financial account number. So you can click on next to proceed. So when you click on next to proceed, this is where you come to the task that will require you to search for coffee shop near you. So task 4, open a new tab and search Google Maps for the closest coffee shop near you. So all you have to do is to click the plus icon here inside the same browser. All right, inside the same browser you logged in your Chrome. So once you find the closest coffee shop near you, say the name out loud and tell us what made it easy or hard to find what you are looking for. Okay, so let us do that now. I am going to do that now so that you can see. Let me just take you back to how I completed the task, because once I completed it, my task was accepted once. So that you can see how I did it. To complete this task, I'll simply need to open a new tab and I'll use the Google search to search for nearest coffee shop to me. And then I will search to enter. I expect it to bring out different coffee shops based on my location. Now this is my location, right? Then if I scroll down, I'm going to find different coffee shops here. There is La Venue coffee shop, there's Abetos coffee shop and bar. So based on the ones I find here, I'm going to check out the La Venue coffee shop. When I click on it, I expect to get more details about this coffee shop. Maybe things like how the distance it is from me, or the menu that they have to offer, and so many other details about the coffee shop. So I'm clicking on it. Okay, these are the details that I'm going to get here. So from here I can see the order collection, order delivery, directions, and so many other aspects of it. One other thing I like to check out that will convince me if I would like to visit this coffee shop is review. I like to check out the different review from other customers, so I can go to review to see the different reviews from others. So many of the people that reviewed it gave it 5-star, and I can also go ahead to read out different reviews from the customers, which are good. So many of them here are good. Then next I'm going to check out the menu from the site here. I like to check out the menu. I'll click on that again. Okay, so if I click on the menu, these are the items available on the menu. So I can scroll down, I can scroll sideways to find out different items on this menu. And I think that based on what I've seen so far, I'm convinced and I would like to visit this. Now based on this search here, I find it to be very easy to navigate. Using Google Maps is of course very easy to navigate. I found one of the things that made it easy here is that I can find its menu, I can find details about the reviews, I can get directions, order collections, and so many other aspects without having to visit the site or creating an account. So this makes it very easy for me to just navigate and get my details about it. So based on the question on this test here, it asked me about what made it easy for me. I think that ability to see the menu, ability to see price, because based on here I can see the price ranges from £1 to £10 in this cafe, and then I can also see the scenery. I can see different pictures where I can see how the cafe looks like, the coffee shop looks like. So based on everything that I see here, I think that this is amazing, and I would definitely like to visit. So you can see that after doing that, you can return and click on next because you are done. Also explain why it was easy for you to find, and it's a simple thing. Google Map use your location and it gives you coffee shops that are closer to you. If possible, also say a thing or two about the coffee shop. Maybe talk about their menu, talk about the atmosphere based on what you find on the Google search. So once you talk about that, you can click on next, and task 5 is any final thought. So if there was anything that you found difficult while running the task, this is where you talk about it. If there's something you want them to improve, just talk about it. Be free to speak your mind when you are running this test on user testing. And then once that is done, you click on finish. Then when you click on finish, I think that is it, and then it will be uploaded. Once you click on finish, your task will be uploaded, and once it is uploaded, you can see all done. We are reviewing your test. It usually takes a few days, so keep an eye on your inbox. If you have any questions, check out our frequently asked questions. Then you can click on return to checklist. Once you click on return to checklist, this is it here. You can see that everything there is done, but take a practice test is under review. Once you take your practice test, it's going to take like 4 business days in order for them to review that. Once you get accepted, listen very carefully to what I want to tell you now. Once you get accepted, the first task you are going to be completing on user testing is going to be the most important task you will take, because that task will be reviewed by the team. If you do not meet the minimum criteria, if they are not satisfied with your first task, they will automatically delete your account. These guys are not even here to play with anybody. If they don't like your first task, they will give you 1 star and they will delete your account, and that is it. There's no appeal. These guys, they don't even accept appeal. Once they delete your account, it is gone. So your first task, you should make sure that it is a task you are very comfortable with, a task that you know that you can complete, so that once you run it, it will be accepted. They will give you at least 4 star or 5 star if you did very well, and then you can receive more tasks and you become somehow safe. But if you do not perform your first task very well, they will delete it, and that is it, and it is gone. If you have any questions, drop them in the comment section. My inbox is always very busy. I will prefer if you just drop it in the comment section and I will answer your questions.